Hello, everyone, and welcome to Upswell. We're so excited to have you here. This is 7 Gen Yoga Flow with Acacia Red Elk.
Tots Maywe, good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for having me. I'm honored and humbled to be here to share space with you all. This morning, we are going to be practicing powwow yoga, or actually, we're doing 7 Gen this morning. Good morning. My name is Acacia Red Elk, and I come from the Umatilla tribe from Pendleton, Oregon. I've been invited to share movement as medicine with you today. Like I said, I come from the Umatilla tribe, which is located in northeastern Oregon. We are a confederated tribes, meaning that we have more than one tribe in one. So we are the Umatilla, the Cayuse, and the Walla Walla people. I also carry bloodlines from my mother, which consists of Scottish, Dutch, French, Norwegian, and a little bit of Seneca and Mi'kmaq from the East Coast. So I'm just really honored to be here this morning to share movement as medicine, to share ways of improving our mental health, the intersection of mental health and social justice. I like to think is movement. It is sovereignty of our body and sovereignty of our life. When I talk about our practice of yoga, I usually teach from indigenous lens. I teach from a perspective of 7 generations. 7 generation philosophy is derived from the great Iroquois nation of the northeastern United States area. And 7 generation philosophy tells us that everything that we do has a ripple effect. Just a moment here, my screen went black. Everything that we do has a ripple effect. Our actions today will ultimately affect the reality of our future generations. So everything that we do is going to have an outcome, negative or positive. Our actions, our reactions, and even our thoughts can affect all living things around us. We know that our energy gets affected by the emotional state of those around us and vice versa. When we think about 7 generation philosophy, we're usually talking about protecting our resources. It's about protecting our earth, protecting our water, so that our future generations will be able to have those things, will be able to practice their ways, will have resources and have access to those resources 7 generations from now and beyond. And in doing so, that means we have to live sustainably. That means our relationships have to be sustainable. That means that we have to have sustainability within ourselves, the relationship that we have with ourselves. When we talk about 7 generations in regards to our body, that means that we've got to protect these resources. We've got to protect the rivers inside of us. We've got to protect the airspace. We've got to protect the matter, all of these resources. Because how can we continue to help and heal what's outside of our body, outside of our environment, if we can't continue to protect what's here? So it's about preservation and protection of what is sacred and important to us. And that's the health of our minds and our bodies, because we can't continue to help anything outside of us without working on our own self first. So 7 generations says that we have a responsibility. We have to be impeccable with our balance. We have to be impeccable with the way that we interact with others. We've got to be impeccable with the flexibility and the openness and understanding of our minds working together. Okay. I just kind of want to make, because I can't see my picture on here for some reason. And I just want to make sure, okay, it should be working. Okay. All right, so we're going to be starting out in a seated position. Okay, thank you. We're going to be started out in a seated position. And today, as we begin our class, we're going to be just stretching and breathing. This morning's class is very gentle, using our breath and movement to clear space in our body. The later class, my powwow yoga class at 2 p.m. is very much upbeat, very heavy hitting. It's a collaboration between movement and stillness. But this morning's class, we are just going to arrive mind, body, spirit. So let's take a seat in the middle of our mat. Maybe you're practicing from a chair today. Please give yourself permission to join from any place, whether you're joining from your yoga mat, whether you are using a chair. And I want you to come to a seat. Sitting comfortably, legs crossed, spine tall, shoulders rolled up and back and down. Beginning to focus on your breath. Inhaling and exhaling and allowing the breath to travel through your body, waking it up, giving it life. Oxygenating the tissues, the muscles, the blood, the matter. And focusing on deepening your breath. You can turn your palms up. It's okay if you're sitting in a chair or if your legs are not crossed. Make it your own. Just get here first. Think about arriving mind, body, spirit into your four corners, into your space. Letting go of all of those stresses in our outside environment, anything outside of our body, just letting it go for now. Just arriving. And as we begin to move through our practice, think about praying into your body. And when we pray into our body, we also pray into our environment. If it feels okay, you can begin gently just leaning your head left to right, stretching through your neck and shoulder area. Starting with a safe practice. The hardest part is showing up. The hardest part is sitting still. Whether you're showing up to a group setting or setting up a yoga mat in your own house, just showing up can be the hardest part. Now bring your chin to your chest, breathing into the back of the neck, and then gentle rocks left to right. As we move through our class, we're going to continue to think about who, what, when, where, and why. Anything that comes up, or whether you're just thinking about your own existence, your own passions, your own purpose. Who, what, when, where, and why. Bring your hands to your heart space, setting your intention for class, setting your intention for your day. Gatherings like this, whether they're virtual or in person, it's ceremonial. You've got to prepare for the interactions. You've got to prepare for the gatherings. Because not only is it a gathering, but you're going to be gathering so much today from all of the presentations, the connections, the collaborations, everything that you hear is going to bring more consciousness, more awareness to you as a person, opening up possibilities. 7 generations says that we protect our bodies, but we also protect our minds. But 7 generations also says the way we forge relationships with one another will ultimately affect the success and health of our future. Inhale your arms up, reach high. Palms together, exhale, lower them down. Again, inhale your arms up high, reach. Palms together, exhale them, lowering them in front of your heart. One more time, inhale up. Palms together, lower them in front of your heart as you exhale. Good, let's go ahead and switch out our feet. Whether you've got one foot in front of the other or you've got them stacked. Bringing the opposite foot up into the hip crease or right in front of the other. And then we're going to bring our right hand down to the right side, reaching the left arm over body. Giving our left side a good stretch. Take a look up, changing your perspective. And then take a look down towards that right hand. Good. Circle the left arm back just a couple of times. And then use that momentum to take it over to the other side. Left hand plants, right arm reaches over. Breathe into it. Continue there. The screen keeps going off for some reason. Good, and then you can circle that right arm back, breathing into that right shoulder, noticing the stretching in the hips, the side bodies, the back. Good, let's take gentle left to right. As you feel the lengthening in your side body, think about releasing anything that you were holding in those areas. Tension is emotional energy stored in place. Come back up to center, and we're going to extend our legs out in front of us and just give them a little shake. When we stretch our body, we are releasing stored trauma. We're releasing old attachments. We're releasing old energy, sometimes stored from karmic, from lifetimes, from ancestral. We're carrying the baggage of our ancestors, the emotional state in our body. Let's come to our hands and knees. You're welcome to take blocks into your practice if you need to. You can be in a standing position with your hands on a chair if you need to. Round through the spine, tuck the hips, spread the shoulder blades apart, chin to chest, squeeze the core, inhale. Exhale, arching through the back, lowering the chest and looking up. Inhale, tuck and squeeze. Exhale, release. Allow the breath to flow through. Inhale, tuck and squeeze. Exhale. Continue moving through, breathing into your spine, breathing into your stomach and your back. Good. Now we're going to bring our knees wider than our hips. Big toes touch. And shift the hips back, lowering the heart towards the ground. Remember, you can use blocks in your practice. You could be seated in a chair with your legs wide and forward folding. Make it work for you. Everything can be modified. Everything can be changed up or adapted to your body, your preference. Melting your heart towards the mat. Breathing into the zigzag fold of your body. Just waking your body up. Giving it some love. Preparing it for today. As you begin to gather knowledge, you need to have a body that's prepared. Slowly move forward and back just a few times. Breathing into your hips, your low back. Noticing as your knees, your hips, and your shoulders and wrists are moving through motions of the joints. Oxygenating, lubricating the joints. Bring your knees into alignment. We're going to tuck the toes and lift our hips into our first downward facing dog. You can use the wall or a chair to place your hands upon. If you'd like to modify your downward facing dog, it's okay to have a bend in the knees. You can shimmy your hips or lean side to side or pedal the legs, whatever feels right for you. Noticing all the blood and water and matter moving towards the upper body as we are in this inversion. Allowing the blood and water and matter to move around. We're going to look forward and step to the front of the mat. Good. Feet and knees are hip distance apart. Forward fold. You can use blocks if you need to in your practice. Little bends left to right in the knees. Good. Slightly bend through the knees. We're going to roll it up and inhale our arms over our head. Good. Exhale our arms down. Interlace your fingers behind your back, opening up through the shoulders. Good. Release the finger grip and start rolling the shoulders back. Just waking up, preparing. Inhale, arms raise up over the head. And exhale, swan dive down into a forward fold. Fingertips to your blocks or to the ground. Allowing the head to hang. Inhale, halfway lift. Squeeze the core, flat back, look ahead. Good. Plant your fingertips to the ground. Step back to your hands and knees with the option to take a full plank if you'd like. We're going to chaturanga, lower our chest, hips, and then lift the heart, cobra. Slight bend in the elbows, shoulders down the back. Good. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog, pedaling the knees. Static dog, hold here and breathe. Lowering the head between the shoulders, strong wrist, palms are planted, lengthening through the spine, and breathe. Now I just have to keep checking in every now and then because my screen turns off. Okay. Right leg lifts, extend it up, extend it up. Good. We're going to bring our knee in and we're going to step it right underneath the right palm, lower the left knee, low lunge. So coming into a low lunge, inhale, arms up. Good. Exhale, hands to heart. Just holding here for a moment, noticing the balance taking place, the stability of the body. We're going to bring our left hand to the ground. Right arm is going to reach up and then circling back, big circles. Just circling back with that right arm. Go ahead and keep circling. I'm just going to check in to the chat box. want you to come together. Okay, is anybody able to hear? Please type it in. Anybody at all? Okay. All right. Let's come back up to the front of the mat. Sorry about that. Some people are having a hard time hearing. Inhale, arms up. Good. Exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, cactus the arms. Open your heart. One more time. Inhale, reach, reach, reach. Exhale, cactus. We're going to open the arms wide and swan dive down. Forward fold. Bend the knees left to right. As we're in the fold, coming back to who, what, when, where, and why. Inhale, halfway lift, squeeze the core, flat back, look ahead. Good. Plant the hands, step back into your quadruped or your high plank. Chaturanga lower. Inhale, cobra. Open the heart, stretching the front body. Lifting the hips, tuck the toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Breathing into the hips, the backs of the legs. If you'd like to pedal the knees, you can, or you could lean side to side. You could be using the wall. You could be using the chair. Make it your own. Make it work for you. Inhale, left leg rises up. Exhale, low lunge. Left foot is going to step next to that left thumb as the right knee lowers. And if you feel like you need to shimmy your toes forward, try not to let your knee go too far past. Okay, it's okay to have the knee over the toes, but we don't want it to go too far past. You want to make sure that you've got your knee stacked over the ankle, that you have a safe foundation and a safe form. Okay. All right. Inhale your arms up. And then exhale them to your heart. Take a moment to just feel the balance. Feel the body working together, left to right. Looking ahead and thinking about a line moving from our belly button all the way out, going on forever. And there's that line that comes straight out of our back, going back towards our past, forgiving any wrongdoings as the perpetrator or the victim, clearing karma, guilt, shame, fear. Inhale your arms up. Right hand comes down as the left arm reaches up and continues to circle back. As we move through, we're picking up pieces and letting them go. Anything that's no longer serving us in a good way, anything that doesn't belong to us, anything that is distorted or obsolete or habit forming, let it go in a good way. Good. We're going to come back to our hands and knees. Coming back to Durga Go, Cat Cow, symmetry. Inhale, tuck and squeeze. And exhale, release. And as we move through those thoughts, recognizing the lessons and the wisdom and the information, everything has a purpose. Every experience is and was an opportunity for change and growth. Downward facing dog. Breathe. Pedal out the knees. Holding your dog or pedaling through the knees and just breathing to the back of the legs, breathing into the back. I just have to keep checking in every now and then. Sorry about that. Good. Right leg lifts. Let's bend our knee and open our hip. Try to keep your shoulders aligned. Palms are pressed evenly into the mat. Good. Bring that knee back in towards the chest, and it's going to step right there to replace the right hand. This time we're going to keep that back leg lifted and come into a high lunge. Good. You can turn that heel in and turn the toe out 45 degrees so that your heel is down to the ground. Hips are still facing forward. Inhale your arms up. Little tiny pulses here, just a couple. Feeling the stability in that front foot. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to do a humble warrior with our palms facing forward. We're going to sweep those arms forward, down, and back. And then flip the palms back, scoop up energy, and bring it up. Again, exhale, let it go. Inhale up. One more time, exhale. Inhale up. Stepping that left foot to the front of the mat. Feet and knees are hip distance apart. Coming back to intention. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold, swan dive down. Lots of folds. Lots of remembering as we fold over our bellies and bow our heads. We honor the past and the future and stand strong in our purpose today. Hips kind of low, rolling up slow and controlled with the arms and the head following. And then inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive down, forward fold again. Rolling up. Just slowly waking up the body. Inhale, arms up. Doing it gracefully with respect. Exhale, fold. Good. Step back to your hands and knees. You're welcome to take a full plank if you'd like. Chaturanga, lower your chest. Inhale your heart. Good. Breathe. Press your shoulders down your back. Lift the hips, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Remembering you can take breaks, you can modify by using the wall. Feet should be hip distance apart, palms should be shoulder distance apart, fingertips slightly spread for foundation and stability. Inhale, left leg lifts high to the sky, breathe. Exhale, left foot steps up to replace the left hand. Coming into your high lunge, it's okay to take a couple of steps to get there. Inhale, arms up. Little pulses in that front leg, it's just an option. You're welcome to stay static as well. Just finding the beat. Finding the beat is mathematics. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Palms face forward, humble warrior 3 times. Exhale. Inhale, scoop. It's like you're smudging yourself with energy. You don't always need to burn materials to smudge and pray and clear space. It's always with you. It's a state of mind. It's a belief system that you have within yourself. Good. Arms up. We have the ability to find any kind of healing or energy that's always with us. It's always accessible. Bring your hands down. Step that right foot forward. Good. Inhale, arms up. Woo. Exhale, fold. Just continuing to move through hands and knees. Option to take a plank. It's up to you. Chaturanga, lower. Inhale, lift, cobra. Good. Just little shimmies left to right. Let's bring our knees wide, big toes touch, and shift back into a child pose. Melt your heart into the mat, ground down. If you can, bring your forehead to the ground or to a block or to a chair in front of you. Lower it down and start rocking your head left to right, massaging your third eye space. Accessing deeper awareness. Accessing earth energy. Accessing that whole mycelial network of energy that is always, always teaching us. It's always collaborating with us every step. And how do we reciprocate that earth love? We continue to care for it. Come down into a cobra again. Your legs are going to be wider. Inhale your heart. Elbows are slightly lifted. Good. We reciprocate with the land. We protect our resources. Good. Bring your knees back into alignment. Cat, cow, Durga, go. I'm really not sure if my screen is going off when it goes off. Okay, I just turned up my stuff here, so hopefully that's better. Okay, we're gonna circle our chest, big circles, barrel rolling our chest. And then reverse your circle. Now lift the right knee and circle it out and around, big circles. When we create these shapes and these circles with our body in our class, I always think about creating sacred hoops. You're setting up vortexes and protective barriers around yourself so that you're always set up for protection. Good. Switch it out. Left knee is going to circle out and around, just big circles, breathing into your low back, breathing into your hips. Bring your knees and feet together, shifting your hips back over the heels if it feels okay. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, twist right. Left hand to the right knee, right fingertips behind you. Inhale, arms up, noticing the stretching happening in the tops of the ankles. Twist left. Right hand lands to the left knee. Redefine, realign. Back to center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, right hand down, left arm reaches overhead, side body stretch. Breathing into it. I know lots of people are having a hard time hearing, and I really apologize about that. Reach your left arm overhead, switching it out. I had to make some adjustments this morning too, and I kind of freaked out because I couldn't figure it out at first. So. Good. Inhale, arms up. Coming back into your quadruped, we're going to extend our right leg out behind us. Option to keep both hands down. Otherwise, go ahead and reach that left arm out in front of you. Counter lateral balance. Encouraging opposite sides of the body to work together. Getting our body collaborating with one another, left to right, front to back, top to bottom, in to out. Before we move into this day of networking and gathering information. Good. Coming out of it, we're going to switch it out. Left leg is going to extend. You've got the option to keep both hands down, or you can reach your right hand forward, finding that counterlateral balance, finding that collaboration, that distribution, that balance. Hold on to it. Breathe into it. Take your time, free your mind. Good. Come down to center. Round and release. Durga, go. Cat, cow. Take your time, free your mind. You can find peace of mind. Right hand steps out to the right side as the left leg extends out. Fingertips are facing away from the body, and then the left toes are facing forward out in front of your gaze. Left arm reaches overhead, gate pose. Good. Stretching that side body, grounding down through the right knee and the right hand. Strong shoulder, strong hip, and fluid through that left side as you stretch and open. Circle that left arm back, big circles back. Then we're going to lift, landing the left hand over to the left leg, reaching the right arm overhead. Keep that position as I have to check it. Okay. And then we're going to flow back down. Right hand floats to the ground, left arm reaches overhead. Good. Step that left knee in, switch it out. Left hand plants, right leg extends as the right arm reaches overhead, opening up the side body, breathing into it. Solid foundation through the left knee, left hand. Good. Circle that right arm back, big circles, breathing into your shoulder space. And then using the momentum to lift, allow that right hand to gently touch the right leg as the left arm reaches overhead. We're slowly going to float back down. Left hand gently floats to the ground as the right arm reaches overhead. Press the right side body up. And then coming back to center. Inhale your arms overhead. We're going to bring our elbows back, cactus. Press the chest forward. Good. Inhale, reach, 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 reach. Exhale, cactus. Last one, we're going to stick our tongue out. Inhale, reach, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Exhale, release. Good. Forward fold, reaching your arms out in front of you. Folding your chest over your knees. Breathe into your back, opening up that space back there. Releasing tension, deleting karma. As we stretch through the tense and tight parts of our body, we have the ability to remove contracts, remove distorted or obsolete systems, remove attachments. A lot of times we have attachments come back over the body. A lot of times we have attachments that belong to other people. We're going to make our way onto a seat. Okay. Bring your legs out in front of you and just give them a little shake. Good. Now just little walks with your hips, loosening up the low back. And then we're going to raise our arms overhead. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Walking your hands forward, whether they're resting on the legs, on the ground, on blocks, or grabbing the toes. Forward fold. Feeling the compression of the belly pressing into the legs and breathing into it, trying not to hold the breath in any parts, but allowing it to continue to move through the body. Fluidity. A flexible body creates a flexible mind, and a flexible mind is a problem solver. A flexible mind is understanding. Forward fold a little bit deeper. See if you can bow your head, breathing into your back, all the way up into the back of your neck, all the way down into the arches of your feet. And as we stretch through that tension, we are picking up anything that no longer serves us, and allowing it to move through the body and exit through the breath. Just clearing space, weeding the garden so that the important things can grow and be nurtured. Good. Bring the soles of the feet together, knees wide. Little butterfly flaps with the knees here. Breathe. Sit up tall. Good. Now lift the heart, straighten out the back. Hinging from the hips, we're going to lean our chest forward and forward fold. Breathe into it. Keep stretching here. No, I don't. Noticing the parts that feel the most tight. And thinking about allowing your breath to move through like a wave of rushing white water. And as it moves through with breath, with conscious breath, it allows that breath to move through and pick up debris, to pick up anything that no longer serves us and flush it out. So as we move through our practice, it's so much more than just movement. It's a chance to clear space. Bring your legs wide. Right hand down beside the right knee. Left arm reaches overhead. You can point and flex through the ankles or circling through the ankles. And switch. Good. Coming up to center, walking your hands forward. Forward fold. Tuck the feet back, flexing, a little bit of nerve flossing, pointing and flexing as we stretch. Giving our ankles some love for carrying us so far. Good. We're going to bring our right knee in. We're going to slowly make our way onto our back. So go ahead and make your way onto your back. Some of the word predictions are making me laugh here. All right, coming onto your back. Bringing your right knee into your chest. Left hand grabs the knee, right arm extends out to the side. Bring that knee across the body for a spinal twist. And if it feels okay, you can turn the head to look towards the right arm. Try to keep your right shoulder glued down as that knee goes across the body. Breathing into your back. Breathing into your stomach and your IT band. Full breath. Back to center. Interlace your fingers behind the hamstring and extend your leg up, pointing and flexing. If it feels okay, you can walk your hands up a little bit further and pull your leg in more. It's okay to have a bend in the knee. Good. Now either grabbing your knee or grabbing your foot, we're going to come into a half happy baby. So pulling your knee towards the ground next to your right rib cage. You can either just be holding the knee or grabbing the outer blade of the foot. Breathe into it. If it feels okay, you can extend the leg out, getting a little bit of a deeper stretch. It's up to you. Make it your own. What feels right for you right now? And gently extend that leg down. We're going to invite the left knee in. So inhale that left knee into your chest. We're going to grab the knee with our right hand and extend our left arm out, pulling our knee across the body for a spinal twist.
No one can keep on moving.
Turning your head to look towards the left arm, breathing into that low back, breathing into the belly, up and down the spine. Full fluid breaths, allowing the belly to rise and fall in the twist.
No one can keep on moving.
Bring that knee back to center. Interlace your fingers around the back of your hamstring. Pull the knee into your chest and then extend your leg as straight as it'll go. You might feel like pointing and flexing and flossing your nerves or just holding your ankles still. And if it feels okay, you can reach your hands up higher for the leg or ankle, pulling your leg into a deeper stretch. Remembering it's okay to have a bend in your knee. Now, either grabbing the foot or the knee, we're going to open it up to the left side into a half happy baby or just opening of the knee. So breathing into your hips, breathing into the inner parts of your legs, your gracilis. Good. Slowly release that leg back down into your final Shavasana. Allowing your arms to extend out to a T or down along the sides of the body with the palms facing up to receive. Allow your feet to fall open to the side, relaxing your body fully into the mat. Close your eyes and just allow yourself to become completely present in these last few moments. So lying on your back, breathing in and out, allowing the belly to rise and fall with the breath. Scanning your body front to back, side to side, top to bottom. And as you breathe into your body and pray into your body, you're also praying into your environment. You're praying into the space around you, whether you are in your home, whether you are in a building. Think about praying into that space. Maybe you know the history of that area, maybe not. It could be the history from a long time ago, the original people. It could be the history of your family living in that area. It could be the history of what you know about that space. It's an awareness. It's a foundation. And when we know and understand our surroundings, we are better equipped to collaborate with the land, to collaborate with the people, to collaborate with ourselves. Today's a day of gathering. As Indigenous people, we are gatherers. And when we prepare to gather, we prepare ourselves mind, body, spirit. Meaning that we do not allow negative thoughts to enter our mindset when we are harvesting, when we are gathering, when we are handling our traditional foods. Today is a day for you all to gather. You're gathering information from one another. You're gathering knowledge and new ways of understanding and collaborating. And so it's important for us to arrive, mind, body, and spirit. Today, you need to have an open mind to be able to learn from one another. Very diverse and multicultural is what I can see. And I'm very honored to be able to share practice with you today. As you move through your day, think about the next generations and how the work that you're doing today is ultimately going to affect them in a positive way. Because when we continue to build bridges, we're setting our future generations up for success. So with that in mind, what is your vision for your descendants as you pray into the future? And how can we learn from the past to continue to move forward with a sustainable mindset, with more knowledge? Take a deep breath in. Exhaling through your mouth. And before we close class, I want you to repeat after me. This is a timeline clearing that was created by my mother, Levita Elk, who is a spiritual healer. And I created the 7-generation class around this. So as I speak, I want you to repeat after me as you lie in your Shavasana. Keeping your eyes closed, hearts open, and repeat after me. I ask my conscious, subconscious, higher conscious. I ask my spirit and soul, my ancestors, my guides, and guardian angels I ask my teachers and master helpers through divine guidance to follow any emotional traumas, belief systems, programs, contracts, karma from past life, parallel life, and ancestral, to see the divine purpose within every experience. Understanding who, what, when, where, and why. Recognizing that every experience is and was an opportunity for change and growth. Everything has a purpose. We're going to follow every emotion, every trauma and experience back in time and space. We're doing this with our minds. Removing contracts, deleting karma, and following it back to now time, to today. Making sure to release any distorted or obsolete beliefs or programs and integrate those changes now. In my RNA, my DNA, my molecular structure, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, integrate these changes now. Continue breathing. Digesting the information, absorbing the knowledge, preparing for your day. Space is cleared. Communications networks are open. This is mental, this is spiritual. This is more than technology. This is internal technology. This is self-sovereignty, self-democracy. This is self-governance, self-sufficiency, intuition. Follow your heart as you move through your business, as you move through your collaborations. Do it with a spiritual heart. Give yourself permission to listen deeper today, to understand deeper, to take a look from a different perspective. If you need to look at it from a different angle, don't be closed off to that. You have the ability to create major change. And in order to do that, we have to have clear space. And as gatherers, we're constantly gathering and accumulating. And sometimes we're doing that with emotional baggage of ourselves and of others, and it can get heavy. And when we feel heavy physically, when we feel heavy mentally, we also feel heavy spiritually, and it can weigh us down, and it makes us heavy and sick. And when we feel heavy in our mind, we feel heavy in our body. And our body starts to respond. So continue moving your body physically, continue moving your mind mentally, and continue moving forward spiritually. With all of that, continue the movement of what you're doing today. It's all medicine. And it's all accessible. These are our resources that we have available. And also, as we close class, I'd like to offer you permission to tap into your indigenous self today. Tap into your indigenous knowledge, because every single one of you Whether you identify as a native or as a colored person or as a white person, we are all indigenous to Earth. We are all indigenous to ancient societies a long time ago who were primal, who were spiritual, who were connected to the land, who were connected to their traditional foods. Our foods are our relatives. Those traditional foods have taught us the information that we carry today. Those traditional foods give us information in our bodies and minds. Those traditional foods are our relatives. Energy won't move forward if it doesn't feel safe. Inhales and exhales. Slowly bringing your knees into your chest, giving yourself a big hug, and rolling onto your right side into fetal position. Taking a couple of breaths here, rolling onto that creative energy, awakening our creative energy side. And then when you're ready, you can come up to a seated position in a cross-legged position or whatever feels comfortable for you. Maybe you're seated in a chair. And we're going to close out class with a couple of breaths. All right. Inhale your arms up overhead and bring your hands into your heart space. Bowing our head in gratitude. Katsiayo Hainiwa Imak is Katsiayo. I said, thank you, Creator. Thank you so much. And I encourage each and every one of you to close out your class in whatever way feels right for you, whether it is with your own language or your own teachings. Thank you so much for having me, and I appreciate sharing space with you today. Katsiayo. I hope that you will join me for powwow yoga later today. We'll be getting our bodies moving, shaking up and shaking off, and flowing with breath. Okay, have a beautiful day.